I'm Austin. That's me.
Wait, my mic was muted the whole time. Excellent. We're off to a great start here. So thank you, everyone, for joining us for the February New Orleans Game Developers Meetup. We've got a jammed-packed show for you tonight. I think there's like 20 games that we have to show. So some of them will get a lot of love and attention because their gracious creators decided to come and present them. So, just a little background. We are the New Orleans game development community. We meet on the third Thursday of every month. We do not meet in person, we meet here on the internet. But you can join us and talk to us every day when we're not here on the internet by scanning this QR code. There's also a link to the Discord in the description of the video. Don't forget. Oh, and we also have hack nights every Tuesday at 7 p.m. in our Discord. It's a lot of fun. We just hang out, we work on stuff, we talk about old video games, and
We solve each other's problems
we do.
occasionally. Sometimes.
Yeah, technical problems, life problems, mafia, quote unquote, problems. We got a guy, you know what I mean?
It's not a guaranteed success, but someone will give you an answer.
Sweet. So first things first, let's get fucking started. I mean, freaking started. So last month was the Global Game Jam. Some of you may know, and some of you probably don't know, but I host the New Orleans chapter of the Global Game Jam. This year, the Global Game Jam was online, as is literally any other event you could possibly attend. So instead of having a New Orleans location and a Baton Rouge location, we went back to our roots, and I kind of just let Mark at LSU take care of hosting the Game Jam, and he did a great job. There were 8 teams for the Global Game Jam, and they all made some great stuff. And we have representatives from 2 of those teams here today. So I want to introduce our good pal Errol, who, this is the New Orleans Game Dev Meetup. Sorry, I gotta say this. But Errol does not live in the state of Louisiana. He lives in a different state, and I'm not going to dox him right now. But he comes all the way to New Orleans to participate in the Global Game Jam. He did for the last 2 years, and I respect this man more than anyone that I'll ever meet. So Errol, why don't you show us the game you made and talk about it? Let me stop sharing my screen so you can share your screen.
Okay. Okay, so the theme for the Global Game Jam this year was Lost and Found. I had a team of 3, 2 artists and myself doing the programming and game design and the level design. We called our game Faded. We had to have something lost. We spent so much time working on the mechanics and platforming and putting everything together that we almost forgot the theme. But the theme that we went with, I'm going to rush through here. I wound up having to dump a lot of it in text. But the idea behind this is that you have awoken and you can't quite remember anything, but you have a jacket on that's kind of acts like a symbiote. It allows you to walk through walls, and it's helping you find your brother and escape this place. But little do you know, as you find out, slowly but surely, as you use your powers, you forget what you're actually looking for. So, as you can see, we have 2 layers. The main character, whose animations are finished, and the second character whose animations are not finished. One can run and jump, and the other can't. But this one can move through walls that are specifically designable to move through walls. That designable is not a word. Anyway, designed to be moved through. We didn't actually have time to add textures to them, but I think the idea or the concept was pretty good for the Lost and Found. You can also attack the enemies from beneath. Their death animation was not complete, but if you find the keys and basically find your way through the puzzle without dying. But the backgrounds, both backgrounds were created by Justin Sadur, who's an excellent background artist, and Michelle, what's her last name? Her last name's escaping me, but she designed
Ramos.
Ramos, thank you. Michelle Ramos designed and animated all the characters, the dog, the enemy dogs, and the alternate jacket. She was actually working on a transformation animation, which would have been fantastic. If you look closely, you can see the jacket moving on him. And so when you press J to transform, it would have wrapped him up and it would allow you to walk through walls. So, some precise platforming, but it lets you do all kinds of neat things.
Did y'all implement checkpoints as well?
Yes, I took the time to make checkpoints because I realized having people do the entire thing from the start to finish would be really, really annoying. We were originally aiming for 3 levels. We were aiming for 3 levels, but we decided to just cut it down to 1, seeing how some of us had work, and I had just gotten the second COVID shot, so I was not feeling that great. But I think we got a decent amount done for the time that we had. I'm actually glad we had the extra time that the online one allowed us.
Awesome. This looks fantastic. Remind me, did y'all work together last year as well?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
We did a giant robot maintenance game.
Yeah.
For, I believe it was last year's theme, correct me if I'm wrong, it was repair or fixing.
Yeah, it was repair.
And I will get to the halfway point here, which I made maybe a little too hard, but you know, whatever. And I also included jazz music. We were going to have somebody help with the actual music. See if I can just thread the needle here. Yes. But unfortunately, they didn't have time. So I'll go ahead and stop right here, which was the halfway point of the level. If you want to try out any of the jam games, they are all hosted, I believe, under the New Orleans site. If you search by site, the Baton Rouge site, you can see all the games that were submitted and try them out from there. Let me say, stop sharing. And back over to you, Curtis.
Sweet. Thank you, Errol. A really sweet game. We got Raquel in chat here. She agrees. This is a cool concept. So you got a fan out there. So things are looking up, buddy.
Yay.
So up next we have Mike Harris. He's gonna present the game The Tower of Babel. I actually worked with Mike on this game, but I'm gonna be talking a whole lot tonight, so I thought I'd give Mike to do some presenting for us. So why don't you show him this abomination we've created, Mike?
Yeah. All right. So it's me. How's that? Can y'all see Unity?
Oh, yeah, we can see. Can't hear the sound. Stop the screen share and then start it again, and there's a little checkbox that says to share audio, and there's another one to optimize for video. And that'll do us. Oh yeah,
Nailed
there
it.
we go.
All right, so my name is Mike. Well, that's a good start, isn't it? Hold on, let me try again.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys
So
telling me in like 6 days you didn't completely QA this?
Yeah, it like times out if you don't talk to it soon enough.
Oh wait, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm gonna shut up now.
my name is Mike. So in this game, we're using audio, like the voice recognition built into Windows to generate strings that then appear in the game. There are these little agents that collect them and build a tower out of them. And then kind of at your whim, you can hover over this tower and destroy it. Undo all of their hard work. Wasn't really an answer there. And so you could let them continue making the tower for as long as you want, or you could just destroy everything they've done. I doubt myself a lot. It's being recorded, huh?
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, because I'm pretty afraid of death. Lately, especially. Not really concerned. I guess whoever.
I have a question. So is this taking the words that it's hearing and attempting to translate them into text and dropping it out, or is it just totally
Translating them into text and then dropping them for the little agents to collect.
Okay. So like where I see Mike and no and stuff in here, like that's because you're saying it.
Yeah, exactly. Then whenever you finish your sentence, it just starts falling out of the sky.
So the game's building a tower about you talking about the game.
Exactly, is the idea behind it. The important thing I feel like for those who might be watching this and are interested in a game jam is halfway through this game jam, I became pretty overwhelmed with like anxiety and depression, and Curtis sort of carried us over the finish line. So it's an important lesson to be nice to your friends because they might be able to save you at times when you're not able to function properly.
That was a great lesson. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. That was a great game. You did a great job.
The concept's really interesting. It's called the Tower of Babel, you said?
That was what we came up with after we had put a bunch of stuff together and spent about a day not being able to decide what we were actually going to make beforehand. So
Yeah, it's sort of a pun, like the biblical story of the Tower of Babel, but it's like Babel, like you're babbling.
Yeah.
Instead of like the place Babel. Yeah, that's some pretty wacky shit. So we're gonna kind of do this live here. So excuse me for all the technical hiccups we're gonna encounter. There's a bunch of other games here. I'm not gonna go too into detail about any of them because you can download them and play them yourself. But there is one in particular that I was very interested in showing off. And that's this game, Fade.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, I will tell you about it once I think about what I was going to say about it the whole time. So Fade was made by 3 people whose names I completely do not know. My computer doesn't want to run it, but I don't care what my computer has to say because I'm a human and I make the calls here. It's very loud in my headphones, so I'm gonna kind of turn down the audio output capture in the stream so that y'all can hear me, even though I'll probably be yelling. So Fade is a game about memory. So you go through a house, and there are things placed around, and they need to be put in the right spot. So, you got like the Tonys, you got your pots, you got your pans, you got some shoes down here. It's all cool. Everything looks to be in order. You just go from room to room. And I think like the first time around, it kind of shows you where everything is supposed to be. But you keep going, and then suddenly things will start to be out of order. Like you can see there's more stuff in this fruit bowl, I think. There was something else probably. I wasn't paying very close attention to all the stuff. But as you keep going, things will become more and more disorderly. Ah, yeah, see, we've got an apple here. Apples don't belong in the bedroom. Well, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, I guess. But basically, you can just like keep going, and then it's going to get more and more disorderly. So I want to kind of see that happen. So I'm going to stall for time and keep talking about it. It's got this like very pretty minimalist art style. You can see the scarfs on the ground. The things are starting to become out of order. It's starting to look a bit more like my bedroom. As you can kind of make it out. I'm not sure how this translates sort of on stream, but I don't know if it's desaturating or I guess it's just fading out. Things are becoming lighter and it's kind of coming more and one with the background. It's just like a very pretty, like very beautiful experience. Things are getting all fucked up here. See, and this is very clearly not what a kitchen counter is supposed to look like. But if you're that crazy, you can bring order back to this home. I'm not going to do that. But it's a very cool game. I was really into it. Let's see, what else do we have here? We have Executables 3. So this is probably cool. I don't remember what game this was, but this folder is filled with Game Jam games, so we're just gonna go through the ones I extracted. Oh, Lost and Returned. Oh, I've used this font before in a game. Sorry. Yes, this is the one where you're music part security guard, tasked with returning missing items. So you go around, and I think the purpose of the game is you have to murder people with your car. It's kind of what the police do, so it's sort of how I imagine things happening. Oh, there's little baby cars. You just kind of make a mess of the place. There's the actual purpose of the game, and I apologize to the people who made this for making a mockery of it, but it's very well done. Let's see what else we have here. Sorry, I told you we're... Oh yeah, it's... I was joking around and making fun of everything, but it does have very like, just like moving that car is very entertaining. Like if I didn't remember that there's a bunch of other things to show here tonight, I probably would have just kept trying to hit people with the car. Let's see what Bounty here is. I think this is the one with the ghost. Oh no, this one. So this, I think this is supposed to be some kind of puzzle game. I'm not sure if they ever finished it.
I gotta be honest, these are way more arted than previous years.
Oh yeah, the games were looking good this year. I think this one was made like partially with Houdini. My brain is not comprehending how these controls are working. Sorry. Need the power suit behind the large double doors, but how do I get to him? I assume you would need this battery thing. But it may not be working, such is the nature of the global game jam and game jams in general. Some things just don't get done, and that's okay. It's about the experience, not about the end product. If you care about end products, you should get a different job. What's up?
On the topic of having, I guess, a unique experience, maybe we could like play a couple more and
Cheers.
then talk about game camp.
Yeah, of course. Actually, we're gonna say this is the last. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite ones. This is gonna be the last global game jam one. So in this one, you play as this box here, and you have to like eat stuff. I think I don't remember exactly what the point of this game was, but oh yeah, you have to get the box to eat the things. It's kind of like Katamari Damacy. The box here is procedurally animated, so the hands have like a target desire point, and it uses IKs to just figure out where the arms should be bent and stuff. I love procedural animation stuff, so this is pretty cool. Can I? Oh yeah, I can rotate. Good. That's what I was looking for. So this also got kind of like stealth elements. You see this like fear meter here. So if I go see this like hipster dude, you see he's very scared. But yeah, I love the procedural animation. I love that little box guy. He's really killing it. So there are a bunch of other games that you can check out from the Global Game Jam this year. Here we can see the list of the entire. Come on, load. We can see the entire list of 9 games. I couldn't remember the number, but it was 9 the whole time. You can play any of them. They're all free. They all have source code available, so you can like tweak them, figure out what's going on. You can add features. You can do whatever you want. It's all licensed Creative Commons. You literally own these games and the code that made them. We work for free for your entertainment. So big props to everyone who participated in the Global Game Jam. Props to all those games you showed. If you have a game that you made and want to talk about it here in a lovely presentation like this, we're the people you got to talk to. I mean, you can talk to anyone really, but if you want to be on the show, you should talk to us about it, and we'll get you the opportunity to present your game to the world. So up next, let's talk about Xbox Game Camp. Austin, you want to tell the people at home what the Xbox Game Camp is?
Absolutely, Curtis. I would love to do that. So, I guess the TLDR version is that Microsoft came down to Louisiana and was like, "Yo, I would like to do a game jam, except instead of like a weekend, let's make it like 6 months, and let's get you mentors. Let's hook you up with Unity Pro." A bunch of people applied. They picked, I guess like 12 teams total, and some teams were previously formed, some teams are totally brand new. The skill levels vary, and it's been going on now for about 4 months, I believe. So, yesterday we had our kind of like 2/3 way check-in event where each team picked a couple presenters. They gave a presentation for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then had industry veterans kind of talk about the strengths and possibly areas that they might want to be careful for, pitfalls and what have you. Um, so I'll say that Curtis and I presented. It was a total blast. I
Uh,
sometimes struggle with public speaking, so like any chance to do that is a strength, right? So yeah, but it was really cool. I encourage anyone that's working on a game in Game Camp to share what you're working on. And to that end, we have Julia here with Ghost Garden. So
Yes, hello.
yeah, why don't you go ahead and show us what y'all have been working on?
Okay. Can y'all hear me okay? Okay, cool. So let me
Uh,
just.
Curtis, we are getting.
I just fixed it.
Oh wait, can I be heard now?
Yeah, I
I
turned
believe
down
you.
the audio because the game was loud and forgot to turn it back up when I was done playing games.
Okay. TLDR. People making games, 6 months. Julia, Ghost Garden, Echo. Fantastic. Let's do it.
Okay, can y'all see the presentation?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. So, yeah, yesterday I didn't present. Two of my friends on the team presented. But yeah, this is our game Echo, and we're Ghost Garden Games, and I'm a software engineer for Ghost Garden. I also do a lot of the social media and stuff for us, which I have a slide at the end if anybody would like to follow us on social media. So this is our team. Our team started out with Catherine, Leslie Ann, Asher, and Raquel in high school, and they all just did game jams together as a group. And I believe Claire was like their teacher at the time, teaching them computer science and everything. And so they decided to just do a bunch of game jams. And so if you go on our website, you can find those as well. Um, and then I came on during Chillennium 2019. And then whenever we got to do game camp, we got our lovely mentors, and then Victoria and Henri as our other teammates. And we love them very much. They're so great. So yeah, this is just some info about Echo. So you play as a sound wave named Echo and her multicolored companion Hugh as they climb and fight their way through a surreal apartment world in the boss-oriented narrative RPG. And we plan on releasing this for PC and Xbox. It's a role-playing game with some elements of horror, puzzles, and some action. And yeah, some things you can look forward to in our game is some really well hand-drawn immersive assets. As you can see, our lovely artist Asher has made. They're amazing. You get to unravel the mysteries of the apartment building, meet and help diverse cast of eccentric tenants, and you get to explore several rich but also unsettling and dreamlike environments. And you just use your surroundings to kind of, that puzzle element, gain the upper hand in the boss fights. In a little bit, you'll see some of our bosses and our characters. So this is some of our characters. As you can see, we have some of our garden inhabitants. So like you have Orchid and Dandelion and the triplets. And a lot of them, their character designs are kind of like centered around the things that they like the most. As you can see, like flowers. They like to do pressed flowers and dirt. The little kids love dirt because kids love dirt. And then for our bosses, you can see at the bottom left, that's two of them. There should be five, but that's just some concept art right now. And then you have Echo, which, as you can see in the far right, you'll see Echo with her little music note pants, and then Hugh, which is her brightly colored companion, as you can see. And then this is the hallway scene, which will be like the first scene that you go into whenever you play the game. We made it so that it was very dreamlike. As you can see, it's kind of like glowing. And all of our rooms are lit by the Unity 2D lighting system, so it gives it kind of like the otherworldly glow, cosmic kind of feel to it. And so like at the beginning of the game, you're like stranded in this apartment building. And so at the beginning of our vertical slice for game camp that we're doing, the elevator and everything loses power, and you have to go and find a breaker, which is located in the garden. And so you have to fight someone to get there. And you'll see in also our trailer that I'll probably be showing after this. This is the garden. So in the garden, they have their own set of like unique requests and everything. And once you've helped them out, they'll give you like a vinyl, which a vinyl is a special ability that Echo will then be able to use later in boss fights. And you can only equip 2 of them at a time. So yeah, we just decided to go with like vinyls and just like the design with sound, you know, 'cause Echo. And then for our boss fight, like I said, we're gonna have the garden be the boss fight where you have to get to this breaker to turn the lights and everything back on in the apartment building. And so for the vertical slice, you'll be fighting Camellia. And so in the boss fight, you should be able to dash, slash, and you'll be able to shoot using Q as like another weapon as well. You'll be able to like shoot them across the room and stuff. And then you'll be able to use using vinyl will take a little bit of like Echo's health. So you'll be able to use these things also called cassettes that will be able to give a little bit of like a short burst to her healing and everything. And this is our social media, Ghost Garden Games and Ghost Garden Dev on Twitter and Instagram. And let me see, I'll pull up our trailer from last night. Oh, is there? Is it the
That's Zoom's privacy protection when it's not the focus screen, I believe. It blocks it out.
Now my Zoom
I
is
think
crashing.
it's a net positive.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I can't. My Zoom is like crashing. It's not responding.
Send them the link. Send them the link.
You have the link already, huh? I don't need to talk for the trailer. So if you just wanted to show the trailer, that's fine. I don't want to accidentally close the program and mess it up. So.
Cool. Well,
are you able to share? Okay.
Yeah, I think he's stalling until he gets his screen set back up.
Okay.
In the meantime, someone snuck into this call. Please welcome Benjamin Walker.
Hello.
Yes.
Found the link. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today, Ben.
You're all graced by my presence. No. I don't see it.
I do not see it.
I think Zoom panicked. No.
I might have to, yeah, I might have to close Zoom and then come back in because mine's just frozen. Yeah.
Well, look.
That's what matters. It's on the stream.
Yes. If we lose you, Julia, absolute blast. We're super excited to see more. Will y'all be releasing the demo or something so that people outside of Game Camp will have a chance to play it?
Yeah, so after we're done with Game Camp, we'll hopefully have a vertical slice that will be playable out for people to be able to do the demo and everything. I just don't know when we're gonna do that, so just like follow us on Instagram or Twitter, and we'll be putting updates about it out there then. But yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties.
That is quite honestly the perfect answer. If y'all want to know more, please go follow Ghost Garden Dev, correct?
Yes. on Twitter and
Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah, and then it's Ghost Garden Games on our website. We couldn't get games. It was like one letter too long on Twitter. So
Those character limits. But
I know.
thank you so much. And if
Mhm.
you are able to come back, we're happy to have you.
All right. Thank you.
Let's just show the video and not talk about it. Well,
Ooh.
it's fine.
Is it based in Wyoming? Oh, okay. Like New Vegas. Got it.
Yeah,
We-
exactly. New Orleans.
Will
to
the
be
game
honest, like,
be a cat girl? Is that what I'm getting from the game? Is that you could be like a little cat girl, anime girl?
so
Cat.
I will say that the main character is their name is Jordan. They're basically like what's that girl's name? Ruby Rose, Amber Rose, the one that was in the John Wick movie. That was a badass. That
Mm.
one. So like one of the first things you can do is pick your pronouns, and we tried to figure out how the system could persist all that stuff and populate it. So you can really play like however you want, but in terms of cat girls,
I just saw the anime thing, so I was like, wait.
so okay, I will say, like, I guess we're talking about the game. Our team doesn't have any artists, so we're using as many free tools as possible in that regard. And we found Vroid, which is like the anime avatar creator, and we kind of developed a little pipeline to jerry rig it so it'll work as like NPCs.
Nice.
But
I'm really excited for that game. It looks a lot of fun. The idea is really great.
we're having a lot of fun making it, so hopefully that translates into the end product. Yes.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
we can.
Sorry, I'm just muting things. I'm setting volumes on things. I'm forgetting everything. But Calder, I was saying that thank you or I think we satisfied your request to talk about the game. So we're just going to start talking about the other games. This video doesn't seem to be loading, but I thought ahead here. Stop my screen share. We're doing this live. This is really
Raw off the cuff.
yeah, really off the cuff, really just in the moment type shit. Meetup stuff, game camp games. Yes. Oh, Colin's Crunchy Beats. So this one's kind of like a. You'll see it, and I'll talk about it after. So this game's kind of like a New Orleans themed Parappa the Rapper, also like food themed as well. It features music from local New Orleans musicians, Tank and the Bangas. So it's like really jamming, really local, really into this kind of shit. Really into Parappa the Rapper personally. So seeing more games like that's really entertaining for me. Does my peanut gallery have anything to add?
I'm so
No.
excited for that one because
Yeah.
I miss music festivals and food festivals so much. So like listening to the music, I was just like, oh yes, I would love to play this game, especially right now.
Yeah, it occurred to me yesterday during the like big game camp presentation that I haven't seen a live music show in over a year now.
For shame.
This is crazy.
Can
I
that
think-
game? Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think Tank and the Bangas was like actually one of the last groups that I like heard at like a food festival too, which is the funny thing. Like, it was great. I'm having nostalgia about it, but yeah. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, Curtis, you're gonna have to ask them if that can be played with a dance pad.
Oh
You
yeah.
got to ask these real questions.
Funny thing. I'm not gonna derail the meetup too much. My brother and all of his buddies are like professional Pump It Up players. So like
I've
they're
seen those people.
yeah. So
last
they're
time
like really into dance pad shit, and they would love that.
I'm sorry. Which one's Pump It Up? Is
It's
that the
the-
diagonal button?
Yeah, the diagonal in the middle.
Yeah, it's like DDR, but not.
It's more.
They would say they'd say it's better. But yeah,
What's
we
next?
got Tank and the Bangas and Sexy Dex and Fresh. What's the name of that? What the hell's the name of that group? We got so many local New Orleans musicians dipping their toes into the game development world. Really exciting place to be for game development here in New Orleans. I'm gonna stop promoting our city. So up next we have Circular Logic's game. You'll have to excuse me. I don't remember the name of the game. So this game is I believe it's a Metroidvania of some description. It's got sort of an Egyptian theme. I'm kind of into Egypt. Pretty sweet place, very beautiful. And you know, thousands of years ago, it was way prettier than it is now. A lot of people say like, how could the cradle of civilization been in a desert? Well, dummy, it wasn't a desert back then. Duh. But anyway, I'm gonna stop.
Is that true? You're throwing out these facts.
Yeah, it was.
I know there was a lot of
lush
gold.
oasis. Yeah, the
Yeah.
the Nile
I'm
River would
sorry.
overflow like every year. So
Julie,
like,
what'd you say?
They were like in charge of the gold, basically. Like there was a lot of gold, so it was like a lot of their buildings was just very beautiful. And yeah, about like the Nile being like the source of water and everything, and lush foliage and stuff back then is, I'm pretty sure it's true if I remember like my school high school history class right. But yeah.
That makes sense. I don't know anything about it, but I do
yeah,
find that I found it interesting how there's like half kind of like New Orleans like really influenced games, and then there's a lot of games in Game Camp that are like not like don't take place in New Orleans, but like still the like something about it kind of persists, like or at least Louisiana in general, like it is a lens in some way, and that's been really cool to see.
yeah, we got a real vibe here. You know what I mean? But yeah, they didn't
That
call.
jump sound is on point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like the art. Like obviously they didn't have like the full like animation cycle of everything in there for that video, but like like the core design of what they've got, like that art style, I think is pretty cool looking.
Chat did verify for us that the Nile does still exist. So
Oh.
I think we're good there.
Oh, the Nile
Thank
River
goodness.
exists. Thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
thanks. I didn't know that.
Woo! That's a close one. I almost forgot. Thank you, Martin. So this is, sorry, I played the video before talking. This next game, called Escapism. It's by a team called F and Chat. They've got like 12, 15 people on their team. Pretty large team. Pretty interesting stuff going on here. I was watching.
Is this a horror game?
I think so. I'm pretty scared.
Yeah, I think it's survival horror type stuff.
Yeah. Ever since Isolation, it's been a big old no.
The UI is really nice. I really like it.
I like the Prisoner 504.
Outlast.
Yeah.
Quite the banger they had there.
Hey,
Is
Prison.
that FMV?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like Outlast. You're like a patient 504 escaping from some kind of hospital. There's like
Nice.
puzzles and stuff. It's first person based. Yeah, it looks pretty creepy. Yeah, I don't have too much to say about it other than that.
I got a question.
Sure.
Shoot.
Can it be played with a dance pad? Just checking. Gotta ask the
You
real
try
question.
hard enough.
I think
You
it's
try
a
hard
point
enough.
and click. So
Gotcha.
probably if you get the arrows to move the mouse.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd be more than happy to dedicate some time to can you play it on a dance pad if this is a recurring question.
No, next question is gonna be: can it be played on a Guitar Hero guitar?
Okay.
You know what? These are this is a great line of questioning. Unfortunately, we don't have the teams on hand to answer these questions. So if you made
Next
one of
time.
these games and you're watching this right now, I'm publicly shaming you.
Don't shame people.
Curtis, you made one of these games. Can you play yours with a dance pad?
That's a good
You
question,
you
Curtis.
cannot. The answer is no.
Well, now
You
I'm just
actually need 2
disappointed.
dance pads.
Yeah, there's
2 dance pads. Got it.
Well, if your computer recognizes it as an Xbox 360 controller or similar, then sure, you can use a dance pad. You're gonna have a horrible time, and I'm gonna make fun of you. But it's not intended to be played with a dance pad.
But you could if you wanted. So I'm just saying we would love to see it.
And that's what I call flexibility.
Oh, Calder can answer questions for one of the games. So that's gonna be after the next one. But so the next one is Team Marsupialize. And I don't think it's gonna come through in this video, so I just wanted to point this out. These people made their game assets, or like at least their characters and environments, which is all the official assets, I guess, out of clay. And they took a bunch of pictures of them and used photogrammetry to make 3D models. I think that shit is awesome. Super into that. Fun fact, if you didn't know, the original Doom, the enemies were molded out of clay. It wasn't as advanced as photogrammetry. They just took a picture and then they made pixels out of it.
So you're saying
yeah.
this is like 3D Clay Fighter?
Yeah. Yeah, this is like Doom.
Now just think newer, like Helix.
But yeah, I'm pretty interested in this game. I want to see where this goes.
Reminds me of Limbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in this game, you play some kind of robotic or cybernetic, otherwise, technological koala bear. And you gain like powers to transform into other forms of marsupial. So it's pretty sick. I think I called another game Metroidvania. This one was the Metroidvania. The other one was a puzzle platformer. So I just have a bad memory, so excuse me. So next up we have Relativity by Team Schimple. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's spelt like simple, but with an X instead of an I. So, forgive me. I'm a little culturally insensitive here. But we can go ahead and play the video.
Commander, we have successfully entered the Pellegrine system.
Yes, Darwin, and by the skin of our teeth, from the looks of it.
Of the 1.6 billion species recorded in our database, 0 entities are known to develop skin on their teeth. Query: does Commander Omani possess such a feature?
No, Darwin, I do not. And you don't even have teeth. It's an expression from back home.
Flagging: by the skin of our teeth. Expression, joke, origin, Milky Way. Commander, sensors are detecting a large number of unknown life forms in this system. Directive: scan and store genetic information.
Better get to it then.
Reminder: fuel remains critically low. Recommendation: refuel at earliest convenience.
Easier said than done out here.
Oh, what the hell? I swear to God that video was longer when I looked at it before. Anyway,
That's
okay. Whatever.
Calder, are there important things you would like us to note about the project?
Calder's going to be a few seconds behind us, so we're going to just watch the next video while we wait for Calder to type whatever he has to say in chat.
He did clarify that it's simple, just spelled with an X.
Yeah, well, you know what? We're going to watch the video.
Welcome. Wow! Gimme! You came to play.
What the hell? That video is definitely longer. Hold up, something funky's going on here.
All right. Well, I think we're 3 for 3 with technical problems.
Yeah, what in the goddamn hell?
But I guess the ultimate takeaway is the best way for people to see your trailer is to post it into the Discord channel.
Yeah, for sure.
And we'll keep everyone updated.
And you know what? I'm gonna add.
That's my dog. Hold on.
I'm gonna add that the best way to make sure that we represent your game to the best of, put its best foot forward and show everyone the best you have to offer is if you come and present it yourself. We're not salesmen. We are just lowly game developers, and we're here to promote the community. And I think the best way to promote the games that are being worked on are by the people working on them. But I will do my best to highlight where I can because people are busy, a lot of things going on in the world. You got to do your shit. Well, I think that about does it. Let's see if Calder ever said anything.
Yeah, he said something that time moves at different rates on different planets. Is that based off of their size, or I guess now we gotta wait 10 seconds for him to respond.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's it's basically like a time management thing. I believe you pick up plants and they grow at different rates and you move them between places. So you can kind of rearrange time to suit you.
So interstellar rules.
Interstellar.
2 hours on that planet will be 7 years. Great. We'll wait for Half-Life 3 there.
So,
Don't laugh at that joke. That was a terrible joke.
I'm gonna.
It's still funny.
Stall here for a second. By interrupting y'all and ruining the flow of the conversation.
Thank you so much, Curtis. I'm gonna interrupt you right back. And
I want to get
Surprise!
Calder into the situation here. So that he could talk about relativity instead of having this weird back and forth across time and space. So Calder, if you want to tell us about relativity, go ahead, buddy.
Okay, so relativity is kind of a simple concept that I guess is hard to explain. Essentially, you are tasked with sort of retaining a whole bunch of life forms' last gasp of genetic air before the sort of universe implodes on itself and the sun just destroys every dang planet in the solar system. In order to do that, you kind of have to run between the 2 different or 3 different or 4 different, however many planets, sort of catching different genetic code from flora and fauna around there, but sometimes they won't be available. Maybe there's a giant vine in the way and you have to wait that vine out. It has to die naturally. So if you want to wait it out on one planet, that might take forever. So you're going to go over to planet C where time goes a little faster, do another task, come back to planet A where that vine is now immediately dead and you can sort of lord upon its destroyed ruins and go in and scan the thing inside of it. And so basically you want to play with the idea of relativity in terms of getting tasks done so you can kind of get all of your things done. Maybe you meet an NPC and he's young and you leave and now he's an old man, he's got kids or something like that once you go to a different planet. So basically just playing with how time would function differently on different planets. And additionally, all that walking around, you can also fly around in a funky, cool spaceship, doing tasks, saving worlds, things like that. The whole art, assets, and stuff, for the most part, unfortunately, the planet, you can kind of see in the space, all of our stuff is mostly hand-painted by a wonderful lady, Emily. But we hadn't gotten everything else done on the planet, the actual sort of, what's it called? planet side stuff, but hand drawn, sort of frame by frame art assets and stuff like that. And I don't know, it's pretty cool. Wish I could say I contributed more to it, but I had like 3 or 4 different projects at that time. But I dabbled here and there. I do a little stuff. I do a tiny bit of programming. I make some assets here and there. It was a good time.
Is Matthew McConaughey in that game?
No, he's dead. He ain't coming back. We're the only human beings in the entire game. Matthew McConaughey is now dead in that little vending machine where he ate the 3D Doritos, slowly starving and living a miserable life.
Do you have a surprise space Matt Damon?
God, we should, but we don't. A lot of our space surprises are really apparently. You are the only living person.
Got it.
Maybe there's another living person. Okay. Maybe that's a secret. Maybe we just haven't added that yet. Who knows?
It's been one of my favorite party tricks at bars in the middle of the night to try to get people to convince me that they're not a part of my imagination. So you're the only living person. It really speaks to me personally.
See, I wish maybe this is our new hard pivot where this is just one horrible mental spiral of dissociation, and you're trying to scan back whatever precious memories you have. But don't tell Microsoft I said that. That's too heady.
Don't worry, I won't tell Microsoft anything.
Ooh.
All right. On that note, thank you, Calder.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, thanks for popping in.
All right, see everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Well, there are other game camp games, but we've been going on for about an hour now. I'm gonna free you all to the activities and thrills of the night. If you want to hang out, we have a Discord that you should all know about. Let me bring the presentation back up if I can find the Chrome window is that. So you can scan the QR code on this slide here. The Zoom people can't see it, but I can, and the stream will be able to see it.
Did you ever add a link?
Yeah, there's a link in the description of the stream. I'm going to post the link once again into the chat if I can find it in my clipboard history, and I can't. But I'll find it. I'll post it in the chat. If you just give me a moment.
Here, I'll take care of it.
Yeah, go ahead and post it in the YouTube chat for me, Ben.
Ben's got us.
So. This is why we have him.
Yeah, I can post links.
Okay, well,
highly technical skill.
He has thumbs and he can post links.
He's a pro. Ben's a pro about this. Verified 2 thumbs. I guess thank you all for coming out tonight. Thanks for wasting your time with us. We've had a blast. We love showing you guys stuff that's going on in the city. And I recommend, we do have a Facebook group, but almost all the posts are going to be about 20 minutes behind everything that happens in the Discord. So we recommend joining there. And when it's safe, everyone will meet up in person. So if you have any thoughts on fun things we can do or ways we can celebrate the ability to leave our houses again, please let us know. And thank you. Wash your hands. Be safe.
Also, if you have something you want to talk about at this meetup, what you should do is get in contact with us. You can find any of the wonderful yellow names on Discord. You can bother them. You can personally DM any one of us. I'm getting some faces from the other yellow names here.
Especially DM Austin.
Yes, DM Austin specifically. His name is Heck. You can DM me. I'm a very friendly guy. You can DM anyone. You can even DM the names that aren't yellow. Make some friends. That's what we're here for. This is a community. But yeah, if you want to talk, it's a meetup. I promise we'll give you ample opportunity and time. I won't just make jokes about whatever you're doing. But yeah, thank you all for joining us. You all have been wonderful. Thank you to the wonderful guests we had tonight. Mike, Julia, and Errol, and a surprise guest appearance from Calder there. You were all wonderful people, and everyone watching on the live stream, you're also wonderful people. And all the people who made games that didn't present, you're less wonderful people, but you're still wonderful. So thank you all for joining us. We'll see you at Hack Night next Tuesday at 7 p.m.
All right. Good night.
Bye.